Hello, welcome to another video. This time it's a bit of a joint effort, me and Alex. Hey Alex?
Hello, Merry Christmas.
Right, as me eldest has said there, it's just it's the 23rd today, so we thought we'd just do a generic Christmas video just to let people know what's been happening with the channel. Obviously, as regulars are aware, we moved house. We've been here a month now. And we're sort of getting sorted. We're getting a war games room, a purpose-built room built in the garden. We had the guy from the company who was doing it here a couple of days ago, just for a site visit to see what was happening and whether it was suitable and what sort of foundations were needed. All went really well. Upside is the size that we wanted will definitely fit in. There's no issues with planning or anything like that. The downside is because he's such a popular company, it's going to be March or April before it's done, before the kick-off. He reckons he'll do it in about a week. So that's a little bit problematic. Having said that, Alex came up with a bit of a brainwave. We've got like a really large shed in the back garden that we were going to store bikes and stuff like that in. So we've moved stuff around in there and we've ended up with probably a space maybe 6 feet by maybe 10. We've managed to get one painting desk in.
It's more like a big table, isn't it?
It's a big table, so we're the next step will be to get the paints out of the lock-up that we've got and get set up. I think it's important for both of us to get back to painting. I've really missed it. I don't think we've done any since
I've missed it as well.
Since September. So that'll be really good. So we'll keep you posted with that. The other thing is it may allow her to do a little bit of turntable work, so we might be able to get some more stuff on. So everything's going well. Our last video was on the show at Stockton. Battleground, which Leon Pengilly from Pendragon set up, was an excellent show.
Yeah, it was.
Was really good. We got a lot of good feedback. We had our 10mm Falcons game on. It's certainly over the last few years, it's improved a lot. I think really since they've taken it over. There was a good selection of traders there. Hellion were there. My favourite book people.
Bookshop,
so unfortunately I succumbed to a couple of items from them.
We had a look at that 0200 box rules system as well. We didn't get it, but that looks quite good.
Yeah, that looks quite a clever idea. I might have to have a look at that.
That.
So how it's progressing for the new year, what we have tried to get into York, Vapn Attack, which was in February at York. We were going to do a Falcons game again, this time based around Pebble Island, the SES raid on Pebble Island. However, I think we've not heard back, and I think it's just a case that it's probably going to be fully booked. So that we might have to.
We're still planning on going down.
We'll still be going down there, certainly. It is a good show, Alex, isn't it?
It is
it's a really good show. So anyone who hasn't been to York, I would have thought the majority of people living up this end of the country will have been. It is really good. So that's happening. We've got flights booked down to London for Salute, so we'll be at Salute. That's a change this year because we
normally get the train, but it's cheaper to fly.
Yeah, bizarrely, it was cheaper to fly from Newcastle to Heathrow than it was to go down on the train. I don't quite know how that works. Anyway, so that's what's happening. Figures wise, I'm always going to be puttering on with the 20mm Falcon stuff. It's just what I do, and we'll always be puttering on with that. What I'd like to try and get kicked off in the new year is the 28mm Vietnam stuff. I've got obviously the lovely Paul Hicks stuff from Empress, and there's also some very nice stuff from Gringo 40s as well. Obviously Marines for Hue. I've been looking around at buildings wise. I was quite interested in doing a sort of an urban Hue setup. So I'm looking at sort of buildings, a mixture between sort of traditional Chinese sort of pagoda style and maybe some sort of shop things as well, so more modern commercial structures as well. So we're just having a look around at that.
Yeah. We've also been talking about getting a resin 3D printer as well, so that might be on the cards
yeah,
next
we've
year.
been. I had a look. We spoke to a guy at I think it was at the Stockton show
Battleground show,
who'd been using a resin 3D printer, and he'd been doing 10mm vehicles. I think from Thingiverse or somewhere, and they were really, really impressive. And I know that I think they can be a bit problematic to set up, and you've got to know what you're doing. But that might be.
That's probably going to be my job, isn't it?
Your job. But we're going to have a think about it. I'm not going to rush into anything. And it, like all modern technology, I think now the price tumbles the older it gets. So there's the 28mm Vietnam stuff. I've got the majority of the stuff that Empress have produced. The PBR I really like. That's Apocalypse Now is one of my favourite films. So I saw Graham Greene had done, I think it was at the last Salute, had knocked it up as Erebus, which is the PBR from the film with the crew. So I've got that. I've got a
You've
seal.
got the surfboard to do as well.
Yeah, the surfboard to do. The Seal Lake support craft. Obviously, Rubicon have brought out a bit in the Vietnam range. The Huey looks really nice. Obviously, for the Marines, you'd have to have something else. I think it's the H-34, which looks a bit like the British Wessex. And there's people, I think you can get it. I think it'll redo at 1/48 scale, which would probably be fine. So that's on the drone board. We watched a recent video on Little Wars TV about Valor and Fortitude, which is a free set of rules from the Perrys. Napoleonic's not really my thing, primarily because the way I paint, I've just been frightened off with painting figures because I would never get it. Would never get it finished. However, at the Battleground show, we did have a look at the 10mm stuff from Pendragon. They do quite an extensive range, and to be honest, it looks really nice. Yeah. And I like the idea of using. You could obviously increase the amount of figures on a base, so they look more denser units. So we're gonna have a little bit to think about that.
I do when we go to shows, like the look of the Napoleonic tables, but when you actually game them, especially 28mm, it tends to take a very, very long time, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the figures are lovely,
they are.
and they do look really nice. But I wouldn't. I don't think I've got time left for the rest of my life to paint a 28mm range. So 10mm maybe the way to go. So we'll have a little look at that. But obviously, World War II and modern stuff's still the main passion. So that's what.
We've got the new airborne stuff as well from Paul Hicks.
Yes, Kickstarter from Empress. We're obviously definitely going to be back in that. That's February, isn't it, Alex?
I think it's February. But I think we're going to get two of each show. So one for me to paint and one for him to paint as well.
Right,
that'll be quite.
That's what I have to do. It's he doesn't do bad figures. All his stuff's really nice. It's
kind of big fanboys on him.
Yes, he's very talented. So really, that's about it. It was just a short little update. Once again, to go through the spiel that we always do, any questions at all, if you've got any queries or if you've got any suggestions or want to know anything, just drop a message on the video and we'll obviously get back to you. If you like the video, please obviously give us a thumbs up. If you're not already a subscriber, have a think about subscribing.
And how can you do that again?
Right.
Just a question, if people don't know.
Right, well, you do that from the main channel page, or alternatively, view at the end of the video, in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a little button which has got an Empress Modern 28mm British Infantryman.
Click on that.
Click on that. That is one of the things I need to do. I haven't got any. We've got quite a large selection of 28mm Taliban and the Empress Modern British stuff. And I just didn't get around to doing a sort of a showcase video on those, so we may well try and get that sorted in the new year, as there's a couple of people been asking about it. That obviously one of the guys is on the button, but no one's seen the collection, so we'll have to get that sorted. Okay, so Alex, you happy with what we've done?
Yeah, I think this year we went on YouTube in February, so it's nearly a year. It's gone off much better than both of us thought, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just enjoying doing these videos. Videos and things.
So all it remains to say is I hope everyone has a very happy Yule and winter solstice, and a happy and prosperous new year, and we'll see you in the new year.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Thanks now.